Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. I'm threading my needle, and as I'm sitting here threading my needle, I realized I meant to toss a couple logs in the stove. So once I'm done threading my needle, I'm just gonna walk away from my desk, and you can analyze my background for a couple minutes while I go toss some logs in the stove. Um, it gets harder when it's not as cold here because the house actually gets pretty warm, but I have to remember that wood heat takes a while to take effect. So if I don't stuff the stove now, I'll be cold when it's time to when it's time to pay attention. So I'm gonna start this color. We're working on 904 today. Fill in some more leaf work since most of this page is a giant grape leaf. Oh, and the hilarious thing is I've had coffee and I've had meds, so my brain is just on standby today. Okay, I'm gonna step away for a hot second, go toss a couple logs in the stove, and I will be right back. Oh, all right. There we go. There we go. I also grabbed a drink while I was down there. Whew. Ah. The hilarious bit is I had the logs all ready to go in the stove. I just forgot to put them there. Ah, there we go. So 904 is the color we are working on today. Ah, I've made such a mess in my house because I'm trying to run the Ethernet cord because I run a wired connection for the show. It just works better. And I've been trying to not have it running all over the place in my ceiling because Kongs get caught on it, and it just does some damage. You would think going from first floor to second floor through, because I've torn everything in my house out. Because when I got my house as a fixer-upper, the plaster falling off its keys, insulation all over the place, yeah, or no insulation. So I've taken my house apart. And getting from the dining room in the first floor to the craft room in the second floor is proving to be, holy fuck. It's 2 holes, and I can even shine a light through it and see the light. Oh, it's so frustrating. I found some old coax cable that I put up in the ceiling in case I needed to run cable TV wire. So I pulled that out, and oh, it's just been a morning already. And I plan on conquering that after stream. Then going out and dropping off some Christmas presents that came in late to my mother-in-law, and getting some white spray paint because I am working on pre-painting a wooden sculpture thing, because it's a dragon and its wings are purple, blue, feathered. It's paper. It's one of those wooden puzzle things, and the wings are purple and blue. So I'm painting the dragon white and adding the blue purple iridescence on it. And I ran out of white spray paint, so I am keeping myself busy today. My whole day off. And some laundry is going to get done. And maybe I'll get to cutting some cardboard strips because I saw a really cool hack on TikTok. I took insulation out of the space that I'm working on in my video. Some of it was damaged, some of it was not. And I'm cutting out the stuff that wasn't, I'm reusing the stuff that was not damaged, that I just took down because I needed access to the space. And I saw on TikTok to stabilize the edges of insulation that may have had damaged edges is using a piece of cardboard. I'm like, oh my fuck, that is a great idea. So that's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I feel like I've gotten a day's worth of work done and it's only 10 a.m. But this is where I sit, I relax, and I do stuff that I enjoy. Because I do. So, last week I had an appointment with my psych nurse to re-up my Vyvanse, make sure I'm not abusing it. You know, the silly little rules that the hoops we have to jump through. And she was asking me about my stuff, my art and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, not in any way an advertisement, but we were talking about it. And if you want to see what I do, here's the link. And she emailed me back yesterday. She's like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. Do I like compliments? Oh. Also hoping today to be able to sit down and work a little bit on my coworker's shawl. It really, right now, a lot of what I want to do depends on how fast I can get that motherfucking wire from the first floor to the second floor. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm trying to have a coat hanger that I'm trying to fish through the holes that I have in order to just pull it up through, and then life will be grand. Like, that's all I'm looking for. And yeah, it's heinous and it's awful, and I'm gonna whine about it. I'm also going to focus on I'm working on the greens because after that I have a whole ton of purple shades to work on with the grapes and whatnot. I got one small color done today. I got 913 done just before I hit the transition button. And it was a very light green, like 8 stitches. kind of just following an undescribed flow with this color, since it's there's a lot of the color, but it's just sporadic around the page. So I'm not like doing my column thing like I do with a lot of the colors. I'm just kind of going with the flow down the page. And then when I run out, I'll go back to the top and I'll work my way down another leafy spot. It's a happy little tree. Unfortunately, part of this that means I have to go into my little damaged areas, my miscount areas. So I don't play horror games, but I like the lore. Like I like thrillers. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of gore or like zombies or anything like that. So I enjoy horror games or thriller games. And I kind of just stumble upon them. Um, and then I feel like a complete like weirdo for being like, oh yeah, I love this game. No, I've never played it, but I love the lore, because I don't like being jump scared, and a lot of these games rely on jump scares. Now, do I have an outward reaction that would make people like be like, oh my god? No, no. But it sets my nervous system on fire when I get jump scared, and the adrenaline is just too much. Because I don't, with a fight or flight, I don't have the flight. I have very much have a fight in a scary situation. In a de-escalation situation, I'm very much a fawn, but I'm not known for running away. But in like the video games and whatnot, I don't like, because the jump scare gives me the adrenaline, and then I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this? But Poppy playtime is eventually what I'm getting to. Like I enjoyed the FNAF lore, and then through FNAF it kind of like directed me to Poppy playtime, and I don't know, I just really like the lore of the horror games, because it touches things that are relatively real. What am I trying to say? I just did that right there. So I'm right there. Right there. Nope. Up. My bad. But at the same time, like, because I know the younger crowd, because I gotta accept, I am not in my 20s anymore. I just gotta accept that. And so when I'm talking to coworkers about the dining staff about video games that I like and whatnot, I just feel like I feel like such a poser. Is that a? I know that's not a word kids are using these days, but I do. I feel like such a poser. We are done that. I'm gonna end this bit and go up and start from the top and work my way down again. Oh, so I opened my Tokidokis yesterday, and I got five. Husband Creature got me 5 of them. Unfortunately, two I already have. So if anyone watching, um, I already have these two. If you are interested, it's the Celestial one, the Celestial Dragon Tokidoki, and as it fell over, and the I think the Ember one is what it's called. I threw all the boxes away, but the Ember one, not the Volcano one, which is a chaser, but the Ember one. I already have these two, and um, if someone's interested or you know someone who's interested, just shoot me a DM. But I got the aquatic one. I got the aquatic one. I got, it's called the Prism one. I'm not quite sure why. Looks more like a cloud chaser, but I got the Prism one. Got the leafy one. I got the leafy one. And after I'm done making a mess downstairs, I plan on reorganizing my desk area downstairs and cleaning that. That's another to-do I have for today. Okay, where did... Yes, they are very pretty. If you guys are here, awesome. If not, I am completely cool with talking to myself. We all know that I talk to myself. Like, but... Okay, so there's that. This is an area, for whatever reason. One of my messed up areas. Also, if you know, this is dangerous territory. So, husband creature got a lot of books for Christmas, and he miscalculated what books he actually had, and he got a duplicate. It is Mark Greeny's The Gray Man series. He got a duplicate of Ballistic. I'm gonna put it on Pango Books. If no one wants it, it's part of 15, and it's what is it? It's hasn't even been opened yet because he's like, ah, fuck, I already have this one. So let's really. Okay, this one is number 3 in the series. So I think that's all of Shit Raw is willing to give away we have for today. This color's all over. Oh. Yeah, it's a whole series, and that's number 3 in the series. So you'd have to get the first two, have to get the first one to see if you even liked it. So yeah, I totally get it. I have a whole stack of books that I have on Pango Books. I need to. One of the things I need to do when organizing my inventory room is update all of my listings in all of my miscellaneous places and get back on that. Oh. Okay. Here. This one. Yeah, and in trying to fix my boo-boo spaces, I just, if it's already taken care of, I don't worry about it. Okay. There's that. Okay. Down with it. One, two, three. Yay, kind of. And that is the end of this piece of string, and I gotta grab another. That is the string. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even get 200 stitches yesterday, which, but at the same time, like, it truly is the difference between why I got so much progress done on Divine Instinct and what feels like not so much progress done on Call Dance. Even though each one got about 50, well, Call Dance got 16,000 stitches and Divine got closer to 20. But I mean, it's one of the main reasons is there's just so much confetti. And I know once we move on to bigger and more interesting parts, there will be more block color. But right now, these leaves are they're killing me, man. They're killing me. You pay for the detail. I'm gonna be working this area. Yeah, this color, there's a lot of straight lines and it fills in just a smidge, but every stitch done is another stitch that doesn't have a block of white. And this area right here, where I'm currently working, is the major area of dysfunction, I should say. Oh, so I'm wearing one of my new shirts. It's the one that says, "I tried to be normal once, worst 3 minutes of my life," and that is the shirt I am wearing for today. Mhm. Mhm. Dog hair, white dog hair, everywhere. Mm-hmm. I still haven't heard back about a potential second interview, which is kind of upsetting, but bound to happen. This job market is tough. And unless I'm Wonder Woman, getting getting anywhere is rough too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Move the picture. Woohoo! Okay, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of my fucked up area. So it's gonna be fun and exciting, friends. Fun and exciting. So that's that. What's hilarious is this area right here where I'm working is actually not messed up. Like in this area. Is it too short? Absolutely. I'm not quite sure why, but it is. But it's not wholly foobarred like just above it. Oops. Mhm. I don't know as if I'm gonna if I get 904 done today. Um, I don't really have. There's not too many colors left. Like, well, there's a lot of colors left. There's just one that I don't want to work on right now. Guess I'll just have to do the other two colors on my list if I want to avoid the color I don't want to do, which is 939 because it's like the 939 fills in that entire chunk, fills in all of this chunk. Like there's a couple other colors in that area, but the 939 fills in a whole bunch of the white in the area, and I'm not about it. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. We have we have made the Pando bowl. Mm-hmm. How dare I be careful? Put the two stragglers If they actually have a spot. Oh, there's one. That one has a spot. One down. Yep. Yay! Now does the second one have a spot? It does. It does have a spot. Again, this is an area that is, I miscounted somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know. We'll never know the answers as to where I miscounted. But get to see my face this morning. I even have lights on. That's a scary bit. Not as many as I could, mind you. Like I have a whole studio setup going on. I could have lights. But I am not wearing the appropriate levels of makeup to prevent the blinding that would occur if I turned on my studio. So this is an area where this area is scrunched in by one. And I'm gonna lower. Do a mark right here as well. Where I can, I've been trying to duplicate where it's up higher. I've been trying to fill in where it should have been. And it's working out pretty okay. It means when I go in, like, I'm gonna have to, there's a huge chunk here that I went fuck off and die. That I'm gonna have to rebuild parts of a leaf before I move on to the next page. because again, I said fuck off and die to the pattern. But in some areas, I managed to just bite the bullet and replicate down a little bit to fill in as I go, as it were. So there's that. I'll look at my phone. I have a lot of notifications on my phone that I was like, what else? Oh, I'm gonna go down to the bottom. I don't know why that's marked off. I did not. Huh? I'm gonna hit my cup. I'm gonna. I did not do any of this, and it needs to be replicated. Five out from here, so 2, 3, 4. There's 5 right there. And yes, I realize that now it's due to the twofer gap that I got going on here. But here's hoping my engineer brain can fix it. Working up here. Yeah, this is a weird color. I'm not quite sure why I put this on the. No, I put this on the either or, not solely alone, because it did have a good consistency. Like, I have so much of my own mess that I've made in less than 2 hours from getting up to pick up today. I can dervish in reverse. I can make things clean and neat and tidy, or I can destroy them all. And this morning was a destroy them all scenario. Because today I picked the I'm gonna be the whole problem mug. Okay. Go up. Going up into this spot here. I love how the finished pages and all the grapes look. I hate doing all the color work involved in getting the grapes. Today I'm the whole problem. I am going to be the whole problem. That's my trash panda. And I am going to be the whole problem. With my ginormous mug from Mandatory Fun Day. So yesterday, I have a coworker that I adore. He is also late diagnosed and try he so the worst way to figure out that you have ADHD. He takes the cake on this. Okay, so when he was younger, he had a bit of a problem with drugs, and he was on a road trip, and he was he's like, yeah, I was in a Walmart parking lot and someone gave us some Adderall, and I calmed down, and I just about died, because that is by far the worst way to figure out what the fuck is wrong with your brain, is like when you have a drug problem and the drug you're taking actually makes sense. And I mean, I guess it could be seen as a different version of tripping, because our brains are so active that when it suddenly just stops, you're like, the fuck is this shit? And so that's how he figured out he had ADHD, is he took Adderall as a recreational drug, and it did its job. But I was talking to him, and I have suspicions, like the left, right, sideways. I have suspicions, and I looked at him. I went, if if you get offered my job as supervisor, I'm like, take it. He's like, I don't want your job. I'm like, I honestly think they're trying to get rid of me, and it could be my RSD, hands down, could be my RSD. But I'm generally not wrong about my pattern recognition. But I'm like, but if it's offered to you, know that I hold you no ill will, and it's yours if you want it. He's like, how about we co-supervise? And I'm like, I could be cool with that, but that's not gonna happen. And we were talking about it because he's good with technology, but he doesn't like working with technology. And I'm good with people, but I don't necessarily like working with people. But he likes working with people, and I like working with technology. So he's like, well, you can have the technology side of it, and I can do the people side of it. I'm like, that works. Because I frequently, as much as I interact and I adore the residents that I work with, I frequently have to ask coworkers to go people nicely for me. And in return, I fix their phone. I fix their tech problems. But sometimes it's just like, no, Ethel, no, knock it off. And I use Ethel because there's no one currently named Ethel where I work. So it's a good, safe name. I don't have a good, safe guy. Well, actually, there are plenty of names I could use. Just none are as like maybe Horus, but Horus is also an Egyptian god, so. Oh, I'm gonna hit that button. Better zoom out a little bit. Oh. There's a little bit of jumping around in this color, but as long as I'm careful, will not do anything awful. Except make me potentially have to buy more string, and well, I think I have enough string to do a lot of. Okay, so we just got done. I'm gonna go down to that. And okay, so this is an area where it's messed up. Here, like, I'm closing in, like, I will eventually pinpoint where the oopsie doodle occurred. But this is only off by 1. Crazaloon. That's kind of interesting. Apparently, there was an animal in front of my house. We have a turkey. We have a turkey wandering around my neighborhood. It's one hen. It's one hen. And she doesn't have any friends, which is weird for turkey. And anybody who knows about turkeys, just one hen is weird. And she's just wandering around the neighborhood. She's not terribly afraid of people, but that's not uncommon with wild turkeys. Wild turkeys are, well, they're right up there with with domesticated turkeys, as they're not nice birds. If you didn't like birds to start out with, interacting with turkeys will not help you with that opinion. Fucking turkeys. Yes, I have beef with turkeys. When I was little, I was chased up a tree by a flock of tongs. I like birds, don't get me wrong. I like birds. I'm not a huge fan of turkeys. Okay. Time to end the piece and go. Oh, now we're gonna move this a little bit because we're working in this area. There's one low neck all the way out here. I had to look in the giant bin of call dance string today for a color that I can't find. Doesn't mean I don't have it. I just can't find it right now. And I accidentally put the 904 in. I was looking for it just before stream started. I'm like, did I put the color in the bin? And I did. I found it pretty easy because it was on a bobbin. But like, really? Just how my brain works. We're gonna jump over here, start at the top and work our way down. Here. This over here. I'm hoping Hi, hungry. I'm wrong. Let's see. Because I have. I want to use. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Where's treat handout? There we go. Redeem. Yay! I know it is. I don't know if you can actually hear my pet talking on air, but he actually talks, so I'm not fully cray cray. Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. This bit, no. finish off the 3 squares in the other area? I sure hope so. No, I do have enough. I got the little area done, hooray! Oh. We just got 100 stitches done. It's been an hour. Oh. I generally, I can do many more in block color in an hour, but price you pay. We'll get down a little bit. We are very close to color finish on a page again. Some more still. Okay, let me adjust my magnifying glass. Make sure you guys can see where I'm going. This color only has 4,000 stitches in the entire piece, which honestly, that's not that much. Oh. Pixie's offended. And mind you, she barks and all of my front-facing windows are filmed. So, like, and they're filmed so you can't really see through them. So she just barks because she sees shadows. Ooh, alliteration. No, you think she'd bark when people were like, you know, breaking into the house? Nah, bro. Not that anyone's broken into our house. They've stolen our wood though, and she's just been dead to the world. do think that, oh, I still have 2 more colors, but I do think that I'll be working on 939 sooner rather than later on this project. On this page. Okie doke. Down to this row. Where I am going to try to travel, stretch my string length. It's funny, as much as I don't want to leave my house, I do not mind that I'm gonna go to Home Depot. One more right here, and then I gotta see where I got to go. Cause this little clump is all done. That's all I got left. This little clumps here and there to jump around. There. It's actually not too bad. Okay. So from that line up is over one too much. Little band of green is just one stitch more than it needs to be. It's fine. Two more. Mhm. For now. Just like pull out contact cement and just put. That's what I would do for terrain. Is I'd put a flat area out, and I would like just have a paint out contact cement, and then just like sprinkle sand on, kind of like glitter, and then like roll out the larger, um, or biggest to large, smallest. So I'd put my big rocks in on the contact cement, then I'd get my pebbles, and then I'd sprinkle the sand on top, and then let it dry, and then flip it so it all falls off. Or what didn't stick falls off. Talking about mentioning contact cement just makes me think of the work I have to do in organizing all of my drawers, but in the mess that I've created. Because so I had my craft room completely clean, like you plenty of floor space completely clean. If you look at my face camera, so when I decided that I needed to, because that wall in the background, that wall is the wall that I'm trying to run my cord up through. Ooh, nice. So that wall, I'm trying to run the Ethernet cord up so it runs along the wall towards the back without being so much on the ceiling. So I had to pull the filing cabinet out. These two half bookcases have been pulled out, and they're taking up a lot of floor space. So that's the mess that I've created in being Danger Raw. But I'm pretty sure I'm really close to getting the wire run up and down. And I'm not horribly concerned with the holes at the edges of the walls. I can patch them. I am fully capable of patching drywall. There are a lot of, I haven't done any of the finishes in my house yet, so I'm not doing any damage by creating access points. It's just a pain in the ass is really what it is. Oh, got that part. Now I need to go over. Diagonal to this part here. From this, there's a gap of 2. So 1, 2. Okay. Kelpie is really amazing at finding stuff. Like, I thought I was good. Kelpie is really good. I'm on to the final section of 904. Then, in all honesty, I might call it a day, because I have a house to battle, and unfortunately today, the house is winning. I mean, it won't win forever. I will eventually do what I need to get done. Done. But right now, the house is winning. And it pains me to say that. Woohoo. I love work in progress Wednesdays. I want more people to post work in progress Wednesdays. I don't even care if you haven't touched it in 10 years and you did one stitch. I love work in progress Wednesdays. Could be calling myself in projects that I haven't touched in 10 years. Doesn't even have to be Wednesday. I like to see your work in progress, but having a day of the week scheduled makes it easier to remember to take a picture, stuff like that. Okay. Change up my piece of string. And I do have to say, I am already enjoying, even though it's only been a couple of weeks, I am enjoying the 1 week one project, the other week another project system I have going. Mm-hmm. Though I forgot to post my to make to fill up my spreadsheet. So I'll have to fill up my spreadsheet today and just start from today. I'm trying to keep track of how much I do on a weekly basis. For each project. Um, just for my own curiosity, not for anything else. Did I get that? I did. Huh? Hmm. Okay, section I'm working on goes down the outside. Let's see if I can angle my camera a little bit better to be. Like, there is a sweet spot on this camera. But yeah, this corner is oh, of course my hands froze. The little corner I'm working on is the last bit of 904 on the page, so I'm gonna get it all done, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Done something to the back of this particular section that getting that needle through was a little bit of a challenge. And just a friendly reminder, friends, embroidery needles are not sharp. So we're gonna go down. Tapestry needles are sharp, but embroidery needles are not. Because generally, you use things like Ada cloth for embroidery or linen. In all fairness, if I can do embroidery on just about anything, because if you stretch it enough, you can see its weave, and you can work with that. That's how I've fixed many a hole in clothing, is knowing the weave. So we're gonna one, and then another one. This one's just weird because of foobard. Actually, because I foobard, I need to make sure I fill that in. Some of the leaves are just a little bit more green. I am almost done. I have like 3 or 4 more stitches. Oops. I did not have my select. I did not have my select tool selected. Okay. So we're going to crop here too. There's that. There's that. I'm going to go there. Okay. As my dogs lose their shit. So today we started out at 4.67%. We did 172 stitches and we made it to 4.71%. Got 904 all done on the page. We have 3 colors left on the either or before I have to cave and do 939, which still not a fan of. But that being said, we're working on a page finish. If I put my nose to the grindstone, I think in the next couple weeks we can get another page done on Mr. Call Dance here, and I think he makes an appearance in the next page. I think we get the top. If we get some of his hair in the next page. Let me look at that. I don't even know what color his skin is. 948. No, that's it. Oh, that's close. I'm scanning down the colors to get his face so I can get a general idea where he's hiding out. Oh. Yeah, the next page we get the top of his head. Next page we get the very top of his head. I mean, Divine Instinct has made more of an appearance than Dionysus so far. But again, thank you for the gift of your time. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, be kind to others without harming yourself. Wish me luck in fishing this wire from one floor to the other, because that's all I really want to do, so I don't have wires hanging over my head that can get caught on stuff and can cause damage. I don't want that. We don't need that level of drama in our lives. So, wish me luck in this endeavor, and I will see everybody on Thursday, where it's the extra long stream.